Yes, these were two identical phase 3 worldwide trials to test a glycoengineered anti-CD20 antibody in relapsing remitting MS. The primary endpoint was to look at the annualized relapse rate of individuals over a 96-week period. Secondary endpoints were the activity on the MRIs and whether there was a delay of disability progression or a delay or actually finding this improvement in disability. And then, of course, first and foremost, monitoring to make sure there's no significant safety signal. The major findings, the primary endpoint achieved something that hadn't been seen before. The annualized relapse rate was below a tenth of a relapse per year in both trials. The comparator group was treatment with a approved drug, Teriflunomide, and the results were highly significant in showing a difference between the annualized relapse rate with Teriflunomide versus the experimental drug, Ublituximab. The 0.1 is something that hadn't been seen before. It can be translated in many ways. I like to tell a patient when I have my white coat on and I'm in the room with them that one way of looking at it, it means a person on average would have one relapse every 10 years. So this is getting pretty good. There are approved anti-CD20. CD20 is a molecule on B cells, and B cells are part of the lineage leading to the production of antibodies. The efficacy of the other drugs is also impressive. I call them drugs. They're biologics. It's a monoclonal antibody, of course, to CD20. Ublituximab has certain advantages. The infusion time, because it's glycoengineered, is much shorter than the infusion time required for the other approved anti-CD20. So this means that a person wouldn't have to sit on the couch in the infusion center for a whole morning. They could get back to work or get back to school, as the case may be. And of course, one of the other competitors doesn't require a trip to the infusion center at all. So one other way of looking at it is there is some benefit of going to the infusion center and getting at least a check from the staff at the infusion center. So I think it will have a role. I think the economics remain to be determined, and that's outside of the scope of my role as the global chief investigator. So I think economics, convenience will play a major role. But this is a highly efficacious drug with a strong safety signal. So out there in the market, it will definitely have its place.